All right, the convention will come to order, and Jack will explain what's going on.
All right, hopefully the folks online can hear me. Maybe somebody can raise their hand if they do hear. Hopefully. All right, good. All right, so it's working. All right, this is what we are doing. I will tell you the general agenda. First, we're doing my explanation of what's going on. Second, we're going to do introductions. So our convention president will call on delegates that are physically present, and then he will call on delegates that are virtually present, and you'll get a chance to say who you are, why you joined the American Solidarity Party, and what you're passionate about and excited to see in the future. I put a 3-minute cap on it in the rules. If you're shorter than that, I think everybody would be happy for brevity, as they say. After we're done with the introductions, we're going to do some thank you resolutions. I have the list of sponsors for those, and the convention president will call on you to introduce the resolution. I am hopeful that we can pass these all by acclamation, and that's the process. Does anybody have any questions about the process? The camera is catching both the podium and the TV. So I may switch it back over here we're going to do the introductions for the people that are physically present first, and then we're going to switch over and do the introductions for the people that are virtual. All right, any other questions? All right, Brian, I'm turning it over to you.
Okay, and do we have a list of the delegates that I'm calling?
So you're calling on people that are local first.
This is a high anxiety moment for a senior who has more and more senior moments and doesn't always connect faces to names.
You could just point.
Pardon?
You could just point.
Point. Well,
As long as you just point, you don't laugh.
perhaps.
I'm sure Skyler.
All right, I know Skyler. All right, Skyler, you're first, and
Where should he stand?
you want to come up here to the front? Yeah.
I guess you can go next.
Okay, all right, and you want to face this direction. And here's my.
All right.
Skyler is the first member of the party I ever talked to.
Yes, that's right. Yes, and I joined the party in 2016. Since I was kind of leaving the Democrats and realizing that the Republicans were in bad shape as well. And shortly after that, I met Desmond online, and he invited me to email all of the people on the California list at that time, including Brian. And I was on the national committee and did a lot of work with ballot access and media. And I've taken largely a break for a while in the last couple of years, but it came back as the presidential campaign started. Really passionate about pro-life and pro-family values, affordable housing, disability issues, and just making sure that we take care of people for the common good, and in every way that we can. And our party, I think, can bring people together to build on that message.
Desmond is next.
All right, Desmond, another good friend of mine. Desmond, I don't think ever sleeps. When he was campaign chairman, 24 times a day, he had something new for me to do.
Hi, my name is Desmond Silvera. I joined the party in 2016, like a lot of people that were upset over the whole Trump situation. I've been involved actively the whole time. Ran for governor in 2018, for California Secretary of State in 2022, and have had lots of positions at the national and state levels. My particular interest is in democracy reform. So I've worked to build bridges between the ASP and various other organizations that are big on democratic reforms. So I think that's all it was needed for the introduction, but I'm really excited to be here, and Jack has done a great job at this convention. Thank you.
All right, Matt Kutz.
It's me. Thank you, Brad. I'm from Kansas City, Missouri. I joined the party in 2016, the spring. Skylar and I were talking, I think we saw a Rod Dreyer, maybe the same Rod Dreyer, a comment in a Rod Dreyer article that maybe the useless to the party, but I found it. And I just love the Catholic social teaching party that seemed to match everything. I could talk to my in-laws about politics, which was not possible before. So I just really appreciate that. And yeah, I think that's all. I love the economic pistol, the distributism piece actually fired me up, and that's why I'm still definitely active and involved.
Thank you, Matt. And the next one is Julian Saviano.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Julian Saviano. I'm from the Lower South. I come brain from Georgia. I learned about the party actually through the presidential nominee, Peter Sonsky. I have the distinct pleasure of being married to his oldest daughter, and I've been in the family for now a little bit over 15 years. So I came to Peter one time with frustration about both the Democrats and the Republicans, and he goes, well, let me tell you about the American Solidarity Party. And that was about 5 years ago, and since then I've researched it, and now I joined the party earlier this year and became a delegate, and here I am. Thank you.
Thank you. And now Bill Fleming. If you had a yard sign during the campaign in 2020, Bill's the guy who got every one of those to the post office.
Thanks, Brad. Yes, so I am Bill Fleming. I am also the masochist who chose to send 300-yard signs. And I joined the party about 3 years ago. I was particularly energized about the Carol Patel campaign. Amar was one of the first people in the party who I spoke to, which was very exciting as a new member to be contacted by the vice presidential nominee. And in my time in the party, I've served as the treasurer on the national committee. I've served as the chair of the Georgia party. I hosted the party podcast, served as a delegate 3 times. And the issues that particularly energize me are the concept of ownership economy, as well as abolition of the death penalty. So thank you very much.
And Jennifer Eli. Sorry, Ellie?
I'm proxy for her.
Pardon?
I'm proxy for her, so she's not here right now.
Oh, okay. And Ryan King.
Hello, my name is Ryan King. I joined the American Solidarity Party in 2016, for the same reason that a lot of people joined in 2016. I had been a Republican for 18 years, but I had become increasingly disenchanted with the Republican narrative, and Trump was definitely not something that I signed up for. I had heard about this party in the First Things podcast and thought it sounded interesting, and so I joined. And since over the past year, I've been appointed to the Ohio State Central Committee. I've helped bring our bylaws up to code with the Ohio Revised Code, and this is the first convention where I have served as a delegate. I am very passionate about the pro-life cause in context of the consistent life ethic, and it's not enough. We do need to have legal protections for the unborn, but we also need to have a social safety net in place that makes abortion unnecessary. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Ryan. And Lauren Onik.
Hi, I'm Lauren Onak. I joined the party in 2021. I live in Massachusetts. I actually joined after the January 6th incidents and had finally been fed up. So I am particularly excited about pro-life, pro-family policy, disability rights, and also just everything the party stood for. As soon as I joined and read the platform, I was immediately enthralled and started to get involved in Massachusetts. So I'm happy to be here, and yeah, I'll be talking more tomorrow night.
Thank you, Lauren. And Peter Somsky. Appearing now as a delegate, appearing later in another role.
Thank you, Ryan. I'm Peter Stonsky. I joined the party in 2018. Like so many, I was searching. I am a Reformed Democrat. I'm a Reformed Republican. Having been a member of both parties and finding no home in either, I continue to search. And sadly, I didn't find the party in 2016, as some of you did. But I came upon it after or just about the time of the midterm elections in 2018. And I was excited about it because, as Lauren has just alluded, there's nothing about the party's platform that I disagree with. And it seemed like the perfect synergy that I had been looking for so long. The things that appealed to me in the Republican Party, the things that appealed to me in the Democratic Party were nicely assembled here in the American Solidarity Party. And I think there are so many people out there that have the same values that we do as adherents to this platform and this party. And that's what excites me, because moving forward, as I was just sharing with Richard McKibben before he left, we have an outlook that is trending towards a repeat of 2020 with the duopoly. And if that's the case, I know that the disenfranchised voters are going to be looking all that more for options. And I want to make sure that they have an excellent option in the ASP. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter. And I don't see Joshua Perkins in the room, is he? No. All right, Jack Turner.
Hello, everybody. I kind of gave my story earlier. I was running as a Democrat in 2012, and even though I was the first Democrat to run for legislative office in the county in 20 years, the reaction was not, yay, we finally have a candidate running. It's, oh no, we need to run a primary challenger because he's pro-life. And the sort of reaction that I got sort of made clear to me that the Democratic Party can't be reformed. And after that election, I started looking and found this party. I'm most passionate about the things that made me a Democrat. The environment, the economic issues, care for the most vulnerable, and I'm looking forward to the upcoming presidential election and looking forward to the rest of this weekend.
Is Sarah Borky here? Here we go.
Hi, I hate doing this. I'm Sarah Bork from Knoxville, Tennessee. I joined the party in 2019. I was not searching. I just happened to find it through Consistent Life Network. And I read the platform and I was so excited that I told everybody I knew about it. And I actually am not the same as some of you. I don't agree with everything that's in our platform. I don't think that there's a perfect party. I was just so excited about the whole life aspect of it, being anti-abortion and anti-death penalty and anti-euthanasia and like just no violence to anyone throughout our entire life. So, but when telling people about the party, I have a lot of friends who agree with some and who don't. And I say, I think a political party is like a bus, and you get on the one that takes you closest to your stop, to where you're supposed to be going. So for me, that's the ASP. So yeah, I think that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. And Patrick Harris.
Thanks, Brian. I'm Patrick Harris. Like a lot of you, I've been involved with the ASP since 2016, and I don't remember exactly how I found the party, to be honest. But when I did, I was really happy with what I found there, and it's great to be here with old friends and new friends, because for me the people that I've met since getting involved in this has been one of the best parts. But I kind of came from a more conservative background way of looking at things, and I think what happened by the time I joined the party is I was starting to realize that in duopoly politics, are we actually conserving anything worth having? And I think that's what I like about the ASP, is that we're looking at the things that actually matter. As Amar likes to say, family, friends, faith, and trying to build out a vision and a set of policies that actually do advance those things in a way that we're just not seeing on the political landscape today. And I'm really excited to continue to be a part of that.
Thank you, Patrick. And Ian Rutherford.
I'm Ian Rutherford. I served as a Colorado delegate to the Republican convention in 2016. But when Trump won the nomination, I realized I couldn't actually vote for the Republican nominee. And somehow, I don't really know how, I found the American Solidarity Party. I know that I couldn't be a Democrat because of my pro-life beliefs. And I just kind of gritted my teeth and voted Republican. But seeing a party that supported small business and wasn't in favor of protecting corporations and keeping corporations out of government was one of the reasons why I decided that the ASP was going to be a good fit for me.
Thank you. And Lucy Moy.
Hi, I'm Lucy Moy. I have been with the party since 2016, like a lot of people. I came to the party in the fall of that year, actually late summer, when everybody dropped out except Trump and out of the Republican primary. And I remember having said to my brother earlier that year that if it came down to a choice between Trump and Hillary, I didn't think I could vote. And so I was playing around the internet and I found the ASP and I'm going to go, yes, and what I'm passionate about with regard to the ASP is basically everything. I love the whole life approach. I worked as, on the board of our local pregnancy resource center for 15 years, and So I have a long passion for pro-life work. I'm old enough to have protested the Vietnam War when it was going, and so I have a passion for peace. As a Catholic, I'm also very much concerned with social justice. So the fact that I could actually be pro-life and pro-social justice in the same party without going into cognitive dissonance was a real plus. And finally, one of my longtime avocations has been animal rescue. And so the environmental part of the party's platform is just suits me right down to the ground. You can be an environmentalist without being anti-human. So at any rate, I was really glad to find the ASP, and I've been very, very glad to be to have held various roles in the party since.
And now we go to did I miss somebody? Matt Mosley.
Hi, I'm Matt Bosley. I'm a delegate from New York in the Northeast. And I joined the party in 2016 for a lot of the same reasons that have been cited so far. I was, at the time, considered myself more of a Democrat than anything, but certainly being influenced by Catholic social teaching was really particularly disgusted with Hillary Clinton and sought alternatives to the duopoly candidates in 2016, and finding the Mature Munoz campaign was like a breath of fresh air in the platform of the Solidarity Party at that time. And it's been wonderful to connect with so many like-minded people and get involved in the interworkings of the party. And it's been especially nice to come here and enjoy meeting everyone here face to face. So thank you very much.
All right, now we go to those who will be joining us over the web. And first is Dominic DiCarlo.
Jack, your computer speakers.
Oh, yeah, sure is. All right. Try to get on. Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Works. Wonderful. Hey, Jack, everybody. My name is Dominic DiCarlo. I'm a delegate from California. I joined the party in 2020, although my family has been members before that. I've been working before that. I've been delegate twice, served as president, working convention twice. Love the party, love moving back to California and getting to be involved in my home state. I've been on the California committee. And that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to running as many quality candidates for the American Solidarity Party in our election next year in California. Thank you.
Okay, and next is Valerie Niemeyer.
Hi, can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Wonderful. I'm Valerie Niemeyer from Omaha, Nebraska. I I'm a rambler, so I kind of scripted this, and I had fun with whereas statements. So, whereas my approach to faithful citizenship has been informed, especially by some formative experiences in my youth, living with the materially poor in Latin America, also spiritual experiences and convictions related to the sanctity of human life from conception, as well as the sanctity of human sexuality. Also experiences growing up, having been part of a large, my mom was one of 12, she grew up on a family farm, and every year we gathered as a large clan on the family farm, and so my heart is very devoted to family farmers, what this party, how this party can support them, but also small businesses. So all of this really led me to want to not devote myself the limited time, treasure, and talent that I have as a mother of 6 myself, to not only devote that to the Republican or the Democratic Party, but rather the American Solidarity Party, which really represents the breadth of my values. And so I am happy to call on it for the board.
Thank you, Valerie. And the next is Marcos Lopez.
Hi, thank you. My name is Marcos Lopez. I was a delegate from Lower South. This year, I have been involved tangentially with the party through friends, but wasn't a member since around 2019. I did join the party officially in 2022, I believe, early 2022. Thank you.
Okay, and Jonathan Knox.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jonathan Knox. I'm relatively new to the American Solidarity Party. I joined in 2022. Tapped to get in and be a delegate at the online convention this past week. It's really been come down to, long and short of it is, I don't have to hold my nose anymore. I would bounce between Democrat and Republican to vote for whomever in the primary, just to pick the lesser of the two evils, and I got sick of the lesser of two evils. So to find a party that embraces everything that I believe in and to stand for and not have to have an either or approach that excludes an important part of what I stand for, just is amazing. Amazing opportunity. I thank Marcus for introducing me to the party. Very passionate about life in those God's world. How do we answer this to what's next now that Roe has been overturned? How do we help women? How do we help families? So pro-family, and I'm also an educator, so the education, empowering parents, finding the right balance for government and family in making those decisions. So I just like to thank you all for all this work and thank you for this opportunity.
And our next delegate is Mike Vick.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mike Vick. I am a candidate, or delegate rather, from Midwest. I joined the party in 2020. I was looking for a candidate for president, not so much a party, but I was very happy to find a whole life party because that fits my values. And I am currently the party's development director.
Thank you, Mike. And the next is Jacob Stewart.
Hello, I'm a college student from Indianapolis, Indiana. I found out about the ASB earlier this year. I joined in, I want to say, February or March. But I've been involved with politics for a very long time. Of course, not very long compared to other people since I'm only 20. But I just got sick of inconsistency that I found in the Republican Party, especially so after 2020 and the whole January 6th thing. And by that time, I'd already come to mostly the conclusions of the American Solidarity Party. I had no idea it existed though at the time. I was really into distributism and liberalism. And then I found out that there was actually a political party that was advocating for that in the American Solidarity Party. So the issues I'm most consistent about are most that I find most important in the American Solidarity Party is civil life ethic and having that consistency there. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the party grow. I'm about to found a college chapter on my campus, and I'm looking forward to seeing that grow.
Thank you, Jacob, and best of success with that. Next, John Franklin.
Good evening, everyone. My name is John Franklin. I'm a 43-year-old father of 7, a recovering libertarian. So please, thank you for holding space for me. Several years ago, I read Farewell to Navarro on Leo the 13th. Blew my mind. Shortly thereafter, found the American Solidarity Party, did not actually become an official member. Mr. Carroll, I voted for you as a write-in candidate in the state of Illinois. So I'm just looking forward to making an impact here in my home state of Illinois, and also I'm a big proponent of community voting, and also something I'm also passionate about, which I believe David Stewart is passionate about as well, is universal public burial, which I think would be an amazing part of our platform in the future.
Thank you for your vote, John. And next, Bonnie Cass.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Thanks. Bonnie Callis, Midwest delegate this year. I'm from Indiana also. I'm very excited by the growth of our chapter, and that is one of the things that I'm very interested in the future, growing our state chapters. I joined, I think it was 2018, somewhere thereabouts. And I had checked out of politics altogether at that point. I didn't think I had a place where I could, with integrity, vote for my values. I'm really happy that the ASP exists because I can vote for all of my values rather than voting against somebody else. So thank you for those of you who have run and are running and representing those of us who would like to vote with integrity. Thank you.
Thank you, Bonnie. And next is Dane Garrett.
Thank you. I've been in the party since 2016. I voted for Mike and figured I might call the party. I think it's all doing a lot of things since. I'm also serving in the front seat for Captain Kelly today. For those who don't know, the son of the series part in terms of nursery will be needed for a full recovery just as well. But continue to keep his son in the organization. Thank you.
Thank you, Dean, and you can communicate with Zeb that we're praying for his boy. And next, David Pasiak.
Hello, everybody. My name is Dave Pasiak. I'm a first-time delegate from the state of Vermont. But I'm actually in upstate New York for most of the summer and originally a New Yorker. So I found the party in the 2020 election cycle. I felt like when I voted for Brian and Mark, it was the first time in a long time, especially at a federal level election, where I felt like I was voting for something and not against something. And first and foremost, it felt really good to vote and support the party that defends the sanctity of human life from conception to natural death and all points in between. I've been kind of a recovering Democrat from the time I first voted, and I felt like the Democratic Party kind of left me over the years. It never felt like I could fully identify with the Republicans either. So, with so many others here, I found the ASP to be just a breath of fresh air. Besides sanctity of human life, the thing that I was really happy as a delegate that the party took stance on. Like I said, I work in higher education. Coaching college basketball and working in higher ed for a long time. I've also worked a lot with underrepresented kids, and I was really happy to see the party take a strong stance on access to education for all, especially that, those most vulnerable, attacking cost of education, student loan debt. I'm really excited about the Sonski 09 and looking forward to the party's continued growth in this next legislature. Thanks.
Thank you, David. And next, Charles Jenkins.
Hi, yes, can everyone hear me?
Yes.
So I started out my adult life working for the Democratic Party in district offices and on the seat. And working in the machine, I realized that I had to take a step back. And over time, my politics evolved, partially from that experience. And until I arrived at the point where I decided that what was important to me, was most important to me, was sort of in order, radical economic patriotism, pro-life, and anti-war. And then in 2016, I found this party, and I saw something that I could believe in for the first time. And I haven't looked back since. I've served as a delegate 3 times. I've been on the bylaws committee, and I've devoted quite a bit of energy in the last couple of years as the state chair of North Carolina. I'm looking forward to what comes next.
Very good. Thank you, Charles. And Sean McCarthy.
Okay, thank you. I'm Sean McCarthy, my son Ben, and I joined the party in 2016 at the Catholic University of America, and I was politically unhoused before that. I was in chapters, I was successful at the Catholic University of America. I lived for so years as a delegate in the Northeast region, and twice in Washington, the West. And yeah, I'm very passionate about the whole spectrum of Catholic social teaching, especially as it has been advanced in the Delegate of Francis. So I'm looking forward to hopefully continuing to make this party known as the cause that will bring us closest to justice and to echo Sarah. So thank you. And this was a great idea. It's good to hear from you.
Thank you, Sean. All right, now we're moving to some resolutions. Oh, okay. Here's Jack.
So our first resolution on the list, if anybody actually wants to see it, happy to distribute it, but all these resolutions are basically one-pagers that Brian can sign, that can double serve as an award as well as recognition by the convention. I am sponsoring a resolution to thank Jacqueline Abernathy. She's been a long time member of this party. She's done a lot of great work for this party. And the resolution is specifically thanking her for her campaign for governor of the state of Texas. She was asked to run. She was facing difficult circumstances in her life, and she stepped up anyways. I think she did the best that she could in her situation, and she provided the party an opportunity to actually go out there and campaign for somebody the president. I'm pleased with the results we got of that campaign. We got over 1,000 votes in the state, which established us pretty clearly as the 5th biggest party in Texas. We've got some ways to go to catch up to number 4, but we've passed the Constitution Party. We can't even manage to field candidates anymore. I move that we adopt my resolution thanking Jacqueline Abernathy for her campaign for governor of Texas.
Second.
Does that require a second? I would, but I'm not a delegate. Just call for a vote.
I mean, unless somebody wants to speak on it, I'm
Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right.
Aye.
And do I need to sign that? All right. And then who am I calling next?
Next, Bill
Fleming.
Thank you, Brian. So I am making a motion to recognize Oliver Black. Oliver ran for Congress in 2020 in the state of Washington for Washington's 3rd Congressional District. Oliver was successful in not only getting himself on the ballot, but getting the party name on the ballot. So Oliver has been involved for several years and has become a very close personal friend of mine. And I just would encourage you all to support this resolution to recognize Oliver for his contributions to our party. Thank you.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
It passes. All right, and the next is Desmond Silvera.
Hi, I'm sponsoring a resolution to thank Dr. James Hanning for running for governor both in 2021 and 2022. We had our California recall election in 2021, which he stepped up for, and as well as the normal 2022 election. Over here over there in California, we have decided that we want to always have someone to run in the biggest elections for governor, for U.S. Senator, and Dr. Hanning stepped up. He's been involved with the chapter from the very beginning, back in 2016, as well as locally in the LA area. So I strongly believe that he deserves our thanks, and that we hope he continues helping out as he has. Thank you.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Aye.
All right, and now we have Ryan King.
I'm here to recognize Shane Hoffman. He is the head of the Ohio State Central Committee, and also he has just been reelected to a term on the National Committee. Shane has run for political office in Ohio, most recently for the U.S. Senate position in 2022, and in the Ohio State Central Committee, he has, I have worked with him on bringing the, updating the bylaws of our state chapter, and in the National Committee, he has been involved in the primary process, both as a member of the primary committee and as a member of the National Committee, and he has been involved in member engagement. He's been posting the member update videos we've seen on Facebook. And for these reasons, I resolved that we thank him for his service to the party and for promoting the party by running as a candidate for U.S. Senate.
Thank you, Ryan. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I can take this one. Okay. Go ahead.
So the next resolution was drafted by Aurora, but she does not appear to be online. And you want to do this? All right, we're going to let Lauren tackle this one then.
So I noticed a trend that the female delegates have stuck to format. It's a little bit extra. Whereas Sarah Bork has served the American Solidarity Party as an active member, delegate, and national committee member. Whereas Sarah Bork has organized and facilitated discussion by the Women's Caucus. Whereas Sarah Bork has encouraged and supported women as candidates and leaders. Whereas Sarah has raised awareness for those most vulnerable in society and spearheaded a committee dedicated to their needs. Whereas Sarah has uplifted and inspired women in the American Solidarity Party and the Women's Caucus in particular. Whereas Sarah has executed her duties with integrity, passion, and kindness. Be it resolved that this 2023 delegation thanks Sarah Bork for her dedication and service.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, well, we're gonna present this one in person. So Sarah, if you could come up here.
I don't have to say anything.
We expect a speech.
No.
And now we have a presentation from Skylar.
Okay, so I think to start out, what I think is a series of people running for presidential tickets. I'd like to resolve to thank Lauren Onak for her current run for vice president. Lauren, as she said, has become active in the last couple of years, getting the Massachusetts chapter off the ground, and also served on the platform committee this year, where she was great help in making sure my ideas for new section titles were not too crazy. And just really grateful for all the work that she's going to do on the campaign to bring our message out to new people, and sharing a lot of her experiences and perspectives. Thank you.
Thank you, Skylar. All in favor, say aye. Aye. And Lauren, we need you back up here. Okay, how does this work? Oh, okay, there it is. Thank you. All right. And the next one, Charlie Jenkins.
Yes. All right. So I'm going to speak just for a moment about Mark Scott. I first encountered him looking for members in, of all places, Catholic political leagues, Facebook group online. He was a moderator in it. And he joined the party with enthusiasm. Within a few months, his passion, his energy made it so that he was elected to the National Committee within a few months of joining. And for the contract with EST Slate, which sort of gave us some current bylaws and platform. And a year after that, he was made national chair. And within less than a year, he was vice president. And, I don't want to downplay anything for Brian Harrow, but I think that Amar was just a great outcome, being this enormous amount of busy work done on these third-party campaigns. And meanwhile, he was branding the party. His debt jubilee, ownership economy, which is now almost synonymous with economic distribution in this party. He's put those words out there and they have stuck. Whenever he puts his mind to something, he gets it done. He is a valuable asset. He just goes, he finds that well, and then he will he will get it. So I want to thank Mark.
I'm going to pull rank and demand the right to second that one. All right, all in favor say aye. Aye. It passes. And Marcos Lopez.
Thank you. I apologize for not being in my office to do this, but I would like to resolve to thank Peter Chomsky for his dedication to the party, for his willingness to give up time, talents, effort, energy to run as our nominee this year, next year into 2024. When I spoke to Peter early in the campaign, I was immediately struck by his candor, by his honesty, by his character, and by his passion for the ASB. That has still stuck with me. Nothing has changed that. It was reinforced as we've gone through these last months. And I would like to thank Peter for his past dedication and his future dedication to the party. Thank you.
Thank you, Marcos. And all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Passes.
Aye.
Peter?
Thank you, Brian.
And I am taking charge for our last resolution. I'd like to thank Brian Carroll. I had been involved in the party early on, sort of faded out, and then 2020, I was like, wow, look at this ticket. I think Brian Carroll did a phenomenal job representing this party in 2020. I think he took the right tone. I think he had the right issues. I think he presented the party in a very professional and good manner. I really enjoyed the debates he participated in. I was at a convention in Austin not too long ago, and I ran into a guy with like a hammer and sickle, like clearly economist. I was like, okay, this is gonna be an interesting conversation. And he's like, oh, you're the guys with like Brian Carroll. And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, I really liked him beating up on Gloria de la whatever the socialist candidate was. And I was like, okay, great. So, Brian was able to reach people all over the spectrum in interesting ways. And I also think he deserves thanks for his statesman-like behavior since 2020. He's always been a calming and level-headed presence in our Facebook discussions and other places in the party. And we need elder statesmen in a young party, and he's done a great job with that. So I am moving that we thank Brian Carroll. All in favor? Aye. All right. And I'm using my power. It passes. And I'm using my power as the person who printed these resolutions to sign it. Thank you, Brian.
And I will take the opportunity to thank the party for the incredible experience that it was and continues to be. When we talk about people who come to us and say, for the first time in my life, I was able to vote for something instead of against it. Well, you never get tired of hearing that. And, all these years later, I still keep hearing that. And we heard it tonight. And there's just no feeling that can approach the satisfaction of being part of that. And to have been allowed by all of you to be a part of that is just been an incredible experience. Thank you. done? Unless there are any objections, this meeting, all right, Valerie has something to say.
Hi, I hope this isn't out of order. I got the impression we could make a motion from the floor to add a thank you resolution, so I'd like to do that. If that's all right?
Excellent.
Okay, wonderful. I just would like to make a motion to recognize and thank Dr. Tyler Martin of Nebraska, state foundational member of this party. Tyler's a man of action and a strong leader who, in addition to his various generous service to the party, both nationally and in our state, made an earnest attempt to get on the ballot to run for governor in the state of Nebraska, despite minimal available support to him. His willingness to put himself out there within his circle of influence and beyond in various news and social media outlets got the American Solidarity Party on the radar of a growing number of people. And for this and for his leadership and friendship, I'm grateful for his generous service and hope you will join me in recognizing him.
And I will second that one too. Early on the basis of working with Tyler during the 2020 campaign, he was my he was my earliest choice to be our nominee this year. And he chose not to run, but I definitely was impressed by his abilities during the 2020 campaign. So I will second that. All in favor? Aye. It passes. Do we have any other nominations? Yes.
All right, whereas the American Solidarity Party has never had an in-person convention before, and whereas you can only learn about people and work with people so much on Zoom calls before you really should meet them in person, I would like to make a motion to thank Jack Turnin for spearheading an in-person convention for the first time for us.
Second. I second that one. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
That passes unanimously. I want to add my thanks to Jack because this convention is here because of Jack. He decided early on that we needed the convention, and while everybody else has been talking about it, when he ran for the chairman of the Texas party, that was his campaign. He was elected to the office here in Texas to make this happen in Texas. And he has done an enormous amount of work for it. Thank you, Jack. Do we have any others? The floor is open.
I would like to thank Lucy Moye for her service on the National Committee. She has been a steady hand on the National Committee. She has served in a leadership role that is often underappreciated, and given all the interests you have to balance within the party, even a party, we're not a huge party, but even within the party, there are interests in groups that you gotta try to work together and steer in one direction. And I think that hope she stays active in the party and contributes in the future, and we certainly appreciate what she's done.
And I'll second that one. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Passes unanimously. Anybody else? I think we're done. So I pronounce this closed.
Thank you, everybody.